Before the first breath was drawn, before the first drop of blue water touched a cool stone, there was only fire. Welcome to the Hadean Eon, a time named after Hades, the Greek god of the underworld. 4 billion years ago, Earth was not a planet. It was a wound in space. A molten sphere of glowing magma, radiating a heat so intense it could melt lead on its surface. There was no sky as we know it, only a thick, suffocating haze of carbon dioxide and sulfur, turning the horizon into a permanent, blood-red sunset. Stability was a myth. The young Earth was a target in a cosmic shooting gallery. This was the era of the late Heavy Bombardment. Millions of asteroids, some the size of entire mountain ranges, rained down from the chaotic asteroid belt. Each impact was a world-ending event, peeling back the forming crust and releasing the hellfire within. But deep inside these harbingers of destruction was a secret. They carried ice. They carried the amino acids, the very ingredients of the life that would one day wonder about its own violent birth. If you stood on that burning ground and looked up, the sight would be terrifying. The moon was not a distant white pearl. It was a giant, glowing orb of cooling rock, 10 times closer than it is today. It dominated the sky like a celestial predator. This moon was born from a cataclysm, the collision with Theia, a planet the size of Mars. This impact tilted our world, gave us our seasons, and left a scar in the sky that we see every night. The tides were not water. They were tides of molten rock, pulled by a moon that was still screaming from its own creation. Then, the unthinkable happened. The planet began to breathe. As the surface cooled, the thick atmosphere of steam began to condense. The first clouds formed, massive, global storms that blocked out the sun for millennia. It began to rain. Not for a day or a year, but for thousands of years. This was the Great Deluge. The water didn't create blue oceans. It created boiling, acidic, green-tinted seas filled with iron. In the dark depths of these toxic oceans, near hydrothermal vents spitting poison, the first chemical miracle occurred. Life was beginning to stir in the shadows of the abyss. We are the children of this chaos. Every atom in your body was once part of that molten hell. Earth survived the Hadean, but it kept the fire deep inside its core. We live on a thin, fragile crust, oblivious to the furnace beneath our feet. The Hadean Eon is a reminder that life doesn't just happen. It fights for its existence against the rage of the universe. This has been Probe Zero. Our past is a dark archive, and we have only just begun to turn the pages. Archive closed.